If you're one of the lucky few who found a way to beat all of us slowpokes and get your hands on an Xbox Series X or S, congratulations! I'm totally not jealous in any way, but seriously, what's up with these next-gen consoles being so difficult to track down? It's like there's some kind of secret Microsoft is trying to hide from us.
I need to look around.
Oh, speaking of secrets, since so few of us have an Xbox Series X or S, there are plenty of things you didn't know the next-gen consoles could do.
Like what?
P.S. You should definitely get the Xbox app. One of the most annoying things in the world is when you buy a game strictly for its multiplayer, but are forced to download the campaign, co-op, bonus modes, special settings, side missions, DLC, and so much more. Okay, maybe that's a little excessive, but you get the point. It just eats into your storage space and leaves you frustrated as heck. Luckily, Microsoft understood everyone's frustration and decided to come up with Selective Installation. With Selective Installation, you're able to, you guessed it, select what you want to install on your Xbox Series X or S. Now, if you only wanted to play multiplayer, then you could download solely the multiplayer, so Call of Duty games will only take up 75 gigs of space instead of 100 gigs. Hey, it's a small victory, and those definitely count. Well, at least they matter to me. Sometimes you just don't agree with the control scheme of a game. You have to press Y when it would make more sense to press X. You might want to press down on the right thumbstick to crouch instead of pressing B. If you have motor difficulties, then you might want to change the control scheme to better suit you. Some games have control options that would allow this to be possible, but not all of them, which could get quite annoying. On Xbox Series X and S, that's not an issue because you can remap each and every one of your buttons for ultimate customization. All you have to do is press the home button, go to Profile and Settings, select Ease of Use, Controller, and finally button remapping. There you'll have plenty of options to fix up your controller the way you want. We all have that friend who just has the quietest voice we've ever heard in our lives.
Or there's one option.
You know, the friend who you just can't hear in the party chat for whatever reason.
He was always going to find you, no matter what he had to do.
Even when he adjusts his mic volume, he still sounds like a little mouse in the back of a room. Then you have the other side of the spectrum and that player who always sounds like his mic is inside of his mouth for how loud he is.
And literally your own face!
Yeah, these guys could make communication very difficult, but they won't get in the way of things on Xbox Series X or S because you could actually change the volume of individual party members. This means that regardless of whether a player is too loud or too quiet, you have complete control over the way they sound in your party chat. It's such a simple change, but a much needed one. One of the most annoying things about modern games is when you buy them on day one and have to wait hours just for updates to get downloaded so you can play the game. Now, a workaround for this would be to pre-order the game, but I honestly can't recommend pre-ordering a game to anyone after the whole Cyberpunk 2077 debacle. This caused Microsoft to think outside of the box and come up with an interesting idea. They decided that on Xbox Series X and S, you'll be able to preload any games available in the store, including those you don't even own. This way, you could just download games you plan on owning, including all their updates, and play the game whenever you decide to purchase it. Even if you might not use this feature often, it's a great way to avoid long download times.
Let's go.
With 4K gaming at 120 FPS, it's safe to say games on the Xbox Series X look gorgeous. Games on the Series S also look good in 1440p, but they're not quite on the same level as the Series X. Of course, this also means that screenshots look better on the Series X than the Series S. Remember how I told you all to download the Xbox app if you own one of these next-gen consoles? Well, that's because it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. If you take a screenshot on the Xbox Series X or S, it will be sent directly to the app for you to share with friends and family. Sharing screenshots on social media is usually such a hassle. You had to take the screenshot, put your USB in the console, and transfer it to a computer. Now it just instantaneously appears on your phone. Thanks, Microsoft. Continuing with the Xbox app thing, it turns out that it's much more useful than just getting screenshots to share with your friends and family. If it's linked to your Xbox Series X or S, then you could even use it as a second screen. It can stream your games, but of course just streaming the game isn't enough. you'll need to be able to actually play them, which you can do with ease through Bluetooth. Just connect a controller to your phone through Bluetooth, and you'll be able to play Xbox Series X and S games on your phone. You might not use this feature too often, but it could be convenient if your TV is occupied and you really want to have a gaming session. Instead of kicking your roommate out of the room, you could just do the nice, sensible thing and game on your phone. Sticking with streaming, not only can you stream Xbox Series X and S games on your phone, but you could stream your games on Twitch so the entire world could watch you play. For the Xbox Series X, you're able to stream to Twitch in 4K quality at 60 FPS. That's incredible quality straight from the console. It's honestly insane. Just plug a USB webcam into the console and you'll be able to broadcast your face as well. As for the Xbox Series S, it's a bit less impressive in terms of streaming capabilities. Due to the limitations of the console, it could only stream in 1440p quality at 60 FPS. The games also wouldn't look as good on the Series S, so if you're interested in streaming, the Xbox Series X is definitely the way to go.
Team Deathmatch.
If you're interested in getting an Xbox Series X or S but are worried about having to re-download all of your games from Xbox One, well, you shouldn't be. You won't need to let your Xbox Series X or S download games for multiple days in a row. You could actually just transfer games straight to the next-gen console. There are a few different ways to do it, but you'll most likely use the simple Wi-Fi method. As long as both machines are on the same network and turned on, you could transfer your games from Xbox One to Xbox Series X or S. You could also transfer the games through an external storage device, which could be even quicker depending on your internet speed. All you need to know is that you don't have to worry about transferring your games one bit. Speaking of older Xbox games, I'm sure you know that you could play games from all 4 generations of Xbox on the Series X or S. That was one of Microsoft's biggest selling points with the console. But did you know that it will also automatically remaster previous gen games?
Hallelujah.
This is something that has flown a bit more under the radar, but it's such an awesome feature that I just had to mention it. Due to clever machine learning that is way too complicated for me to ever comprehend, the Xbox Series X and S can automatically remaster Xbox One and Xbox 360 games by upgrading their resolutions with HDR. HDR improves visuals by making bright spots brighter and colors more vibrant, which significantly improves the visuals of games on previous generations. It's a very impressive feature. Have you ever wanted to switch games mid-session, but just didn't feel like wasting 5 whole minutes trying to boot up the game? Yeah, gamers are sometimes that lazy, and I've definitely been there a few times. As funny as it sounds, Microsoft had the decency to put us first, the laziest of gamers.
Oh yeah.
When they came up with the Quick Resume feature. With Quick Resume, players can quickly resume a game by queuing up multiple games and switching between them within seconds, so no time is wasted moving from one game to another. It doesn't get any better than this. Of course, not every game is compatible with Quick Resume, specifically multiplayer games where you can't pause what's going on, so it has its limitations. But still, for those of us who prefer single-player games, it's just what we needed. But before I go, I just have one honorable mention to talk about. It turns out you could actually tell your Xbox Series X or S to let you know when it's time to take a break. Seriously. I know I ain't turning this feature on anytime soon.